Siren, let the Jada and Ari situation be proof that energy is a real currency. Even though I bet Jada feels good airing out Ari, what she's really doing energetically is paying her more money. Because, Ari's an internet girl. What's she gonna do with all that attention? She's gonna live stream. She's gonna collect her coins. She's not gonna give no resolution. She's not gonna give a definitive statement whether she signed an NDA or not, whether she really did it or not. Who knows? But one thing I know for sure, she's gonna take all that attention and she's gonna make it profitable. She's going to turn it. She's gonna alchemize it. She's gonna transmute it to her favor. I'm not saying what Jada did was wrong, but I am saying energetically, when you focus on somebody, you are literally, again, paying them attention. You are paying them. And honestly, if a friend of me of mine we used to be real close smacked on my baby daddy, why would I want to give her any more attention? Absolutely not. Now, honestly, what I would do is elevate. Jada's in a murky market. Her baby daddy going for everybody. So they say, so she confirms, and she's tender about it. Obviously, she still cares. And you got enemies around you. You don't know if a girl really like you or just want to get close to know something or do something or get something off you. I would do. So when I say she's in a murky market, the market is all urban. It's time to elevate to another market. So just like Jay-Z, for example, he did that. He was in a murky market. Eventually with his ex business partner, Dame Dash. And Dame Dash still talking about Jay-Z till this day. You know what I mean? While Jay-Z is pretty mum on it because he know a response, you give any attention, wherever your attention goes, you paying it. You're giving it life. You're feeding into it. So what did he do? He elevated off that murky market. He literally obviously he's married to Beyonce, so elevation's already there. But for his personal brand, he literally put on Basquiat's whole persona, did the hair, got into a niche kind of like art culture scene that is, black focused. And he's been there ever since. Now you see him super mogul, super elevated away from the market that he started in, which was rap with Dame Dash and other affiliates, whatever. But that's pretty much no matter what happens in life, you got to see certain things as distractions. And your baby daddy, when it comes back to Jada, your baby daddy going, you got frenemies everywhere. I would just continue to focus on myself because that's the best energy to give yourself. Keep focusing to elevate to better. If she can get into a higher caliber market, she can take so much of all that noise and all that attention, siphon it away from that mess and just pour it back into her. She already has a clothing line. She already has a successful business. She can easily, well, I don't want to say easily, but for her to break into couture or whatever, break into a higher standing, a higher position is a lot better, a lot easier, and all the attention stays on her. Being classy, being elegant. And although you can be tender about a situation, like your baby daddy, you still care for him and he hurts you, you gotta see him as an enemy. That's another thing she gotta do. I know enemy, that word enemy sounds, it's like pretty strong, pretty severe to like label someone, especially that you have a past with, but they're not your friend. And when I say to see them as the enemy and use that word, it's just to put you in the right mindset of how to move around them. If you see a person as the enemy, you're not going to slip on your emotions. You're going to keep calm. You're going to have that mask, that face to communicate to them what how you want them, how you feel about them. I have no problems with if you got to put a front, if you got to put a front on with somebody else who don't treat you right, just to communicate that you off them, do that. I'm not saying don't deal with your emotions. Obviously, please do. Don't deny them. But at the same time, when you're around people that are not for you, you got to move like you know they not for you. But just let this example just be a proof with Jada and Ari, how giving your attention to make something grow can make someone else grow. If Ari's on your baby daddy, why would I even want to call her out on the internet? Although that might feel so relieving, it's just throwing more fuel to a fire that's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. Now we had another siren. Well, I had a siren comment saying that, what she was focused, well, what she wants to know is, can you siphon somebody that you've already been with, physically? And of course you can. Of course you can. It's not my favorite way. I don't like to do that. Just because they've already gotten something, well, now you're like waiting to like kind of get yours in a way. But it depends on the scenario. So I'll give you an anecdotal example, as in like my own experience, which kind of kicked off the whole like me seeing like how I express my energy is how I can control reality. So I had an ex. We broke up, because the energy just wasn't good, but physically, very good physically. So we kept seeing each other in that aspect. Now, what he did differently was he come over, smack, and dip, and that's super psyched me because I was like, dang, you know what I mean? Anyway, nonetheless, that was the pattern that was a new pattern set, and so about after the third time, I was like, you know what? I'm playing myself. He gonna come back around again because that's a pattern that's set. But this time, I'm not doing nothing with him, and then I'm dipping. So that's what happened. I actually went to go see him. He thought something was gonna happen. Nothing happened. I literally just got conversation out of him, and then I left. And when a man is ready for you, and then you deny him, you're not with that no more, and you leave, they gonna feel like, oh, something has changed, I'm losing, and now I'm stuck like this. I'm gonna have to relieve myself or find somebody else to relieve it on. And then after that, which was not planned, I got married. So I bet that fried even deeper. But for that example, all I'm saying is, if there's a set pattern, just do something different, opposite of that pattern, to siphon back, to call back your energy. Because that's basically what I was going to do. I was like, look, I'm tired of this relationship. I'm tired of the pattern that's been started after this. I'm going to snatch back all my energy. I'm dipping and I'm leaving. And then I got married. So I super, that was not really planned. That was very natural. But when you respect yourself, when you respect your own energy, like I just snatched back mine, um, things will start to come into alignment that will boost you up even more and may even siphon the person um, way more than you even like really wanted in a natural way. Okay, because for a year into my marriage, he was still calling and trying to hit me up. Now I blocked him on my phone, but obviously messages was sent to my MacBook so I could see all the messages. But I absolutely respect my marriage, and I never answered back because answering back is cheating. And then he gonna siphon me, and then it's like he got a secret over me, like, oh, you're married, but you're still talking to me. It's like, no, 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 no. You could stay fried, right? Another example is, well, what if it is a one night stand? What if it's no partner? It's a new guy. Well, if you do lay down with him, after that it is no cuddling. You leave. You get up out that bed. Hopefully you went to visit him so you can leave. I don't like it when a man visits me. I want to see what's going on with you. I don't need you to see what's going on with me. But Nonetheless, you get up and you leave, you put on your clothes and you dip out right away. It's nothing emotional, right? You don't set an emotional tone. You don't call. If he calls, you don't answer for a little bit, for some time. Like you, I don't really like this way, but it can preserve position. You know what I'm saying? And if he does come back, then you can manipulate, off of that. But basically, you're not trying to do anything that warrants that you want to linger, that you want to nourish, that you want to maintain. It's an in and out type of thing because they're going to expect you. Remember, siphoning, part siphoning is encouraging expectations that you will not fulfill. So maybe while you're in the midst of the horizontal tango, you are loving, you do express, you do say sweet nothings and da da da. But after that, it's no cuddling. It's put on the clothes and dip. And you always want to be in a leaving action. You're leaving. So no matter what is going on, as if you encourage expectations that you never meant to fulfill, or you're doing a leaving action, you're always pulling away. That's how you want to siphon. Right? That's not my favorite. That's not how I even want to siphon at all. Already being with someone and then trying to gain back position. I don't like that. I like to maintain position. I like to never give what they want so they can always give me what I want. Um, I can always siphon and just hold that position over them so they can always, metaphorically look up at me while I have the choice to look down at them. And that's another thing too, like for my type of siphon style, it's very much over time. Now, time is not an enemy or of consequence, it's definitely a benefit. So I like to do long siphons where I focus all my energy on me and I get better, better, better. I get prettier and I get more money because again, when someone sees you right here and then the next thing, maybe like a couple of years later, they see you right here. Oh, it's such a it's such a sweeter siphon because again, metaphorically, they're looking up at you while you have the chance, or not the chance, you have the option to even look down at them. That's what I will prefer all the time. So with Jayda, and she's already at a very high position, but she's in a murky market, and I would just drop everybody on the scene. Little baby, enemy. Obviously, Ari, frenemy, enemy. You know, I would just be pouring so much into me to build me so up, to build myself so much that I'm even just out of their stratosphere. I'm out of the market. I'm over here with the soccer players, or I'm over here in couture, or I'm over here getting to know people somewhere else of higher standing than where I am right now, you know? But yeah, I just want this situation is a great example of how wherever your attention goes, that's where your energy flows. That's where people are getting paid out. You're literally paying attention, pays people wherever that attention is going. The best thing to do if you're in a situation like this, let it all go. Drop it. Forgive it or use the situation as fuel to pump you to a better place because your energy is always best when it's focused back onto you.